Class UML class is now going on. Previous class this basic structure and modeling is completed. Now today's class we start the diagrams. In the structure and modeling. Previous class common mechanisms are completed in the structure and modeling. Now diagrams in the structure and modeling. In this chapter we discuss about the what are different diagrams are there and views are there, models are there. And model different views of the system. Model different levels of the abstraction and modeling complex views, organizing diagrams and other artifacts. Mainly diagram means by which your view and these building blocks. Diagram is a graphical representation of the set of elements, most often rendered as a connected graph of vertices and relationships. Here terms and concepts are there for diagrams. The diagram system is a collection of subsystems organized to accomplish the purpose described by the set of models. It is described by a set of models possibly from different viewpoints. A subsystem is a group of elements, some of which constitute specification of the behavior offered by the constrained elements. Model is semantically closed abstraction of the system. These things. This diagram is a graphical presentation of the set of elements, most often rendered as a connected graph of vertices and relationships. A diagram is just graphical projection into the elements to make up the system. Here the static parts of the systems are class diagram, component structure diagram, object diagram, deployment diagram, artifacts diagram. Additional diagrams of dynamic parts are use case diagram, sequence diagram, communication diagram, state diagram, activity diagram. These are the dynamic parts. Previous are the static parts of the diagrams. Next, structural diagrams. Structural diagram is surrounded by major groups of things for modeling. This one class diagram. Class diagram consists of the classes, interfaces, collaborations, and component diagram consists of the components. Component structure diagram consists of internal structure. Object diagram consists of objects. Artifact diagram consists of artifacts. Deployment diagram consists of nodes. Here I display about the all diagrams. Explain about class diagram. Class diagram shows set of classes, interfaces, collaborations, and relationships. Class diagram most common diagram found modeling the object-oriented system. Class diagram to illustrate static design view of a system. Static design view class diagram consists of interfaces, classes, collaborations. Next, component diagram. Component diagram shows internal parts, connectors, ports, implementation of the component. When the component is instantiated, copies of internal parts are also instantiated. Next, composite structure diagram. Where composite structure diagram shows internal structure of the class or collaboration. The difference between the components composite structure is small, and this book treats as both as a component diagrams. is the internal structure, composite structure. Difference between the component and composite structure is small. Component diagram shows the internal parts, connectors, ports for implementation of the component. Component structure is nothing but shows the internal structure, the class of the collaboration. Next, object diagram. Object diagram shows set of objects and their relationships. You use object diagram to illustrate the data structures. Object diagram consists of the set of objects and their relationships, and we use the object diagram for illustrating data structures and static snapshots of the instances of the things. The object diagram will illustrate the data structure and snapshots of the class diagrams. It is a static view of the static process, real prototype of cases. Objects and relationships. Object diagram consists of objects and relationships. Next, artifact diagram. Artifact diagram shows set of artifacts and relationships to other artifacts and the classes and they implement. Artifact diagram shows physical implementation of the unit of the system. Physical implementation of unit of the system. UML consider artifacts to be part of the deployment diagrams. Separate them by convincing the discussion. A deployment diagram. Deployment diagram shows set of nodes and relationships. To illustrate the static deployment of architecture, deployment diagrams are related to component diagrams, and their node typically encloses more components. Deployment diagram related to component diagrams. It shows set of nodes and relationships. It shows static deployment view of the architecture. Next, behavioral diagrams. These are the structural diagrams. These are all the structural diagrams. Next, behavioral diagram. Behavior nothing but dynamic parts. Behavioral diagrams is also used as a visualize, specify, construct and document the dynamic parts of a system. You can think a dynamic aspect of the system representing the changing the parts, just as a dynamic aspect of the house. Here the dynamics model the dynamics of the systems are use case diagram. Use case diagram consists of it organizes the behavior of the system. Next, sequence diagram. It focuses on the ordering of the messages. Sequence diagram, ordering of messages. This communication diagram focus on the structural organization of the objects of sending and messages. Communication focus on the structural organization of the sending and receiving messages. And state diagram, it focus on the changing the state of the system driven by the event. State diagram, changing the state driven by the event. Next, activity diagram. It focus on the flow of control from activity to activity. Flow of control from activity to activity. here use case diagram. Now use case diagram shows set of use cases and actors. Use case diagram shows set of use cases and actors. It is a special kind of class and relationship. Use case is a special kind of class and relationship. And to apply use case diagrams to illustrate the static use of view of a system, use case diagram is especially important in organizing modeling the behavior of a system. It is for the organizing modeling behavior of a system. So this behavioral diagrams, sequence diagram. Sequence diagram is a interaction diagram. It is the ordering of messages. It shows set of roles and messages sent and received by the instances playing the roles. Next, communication diagram. Communication diagram is an interaction diagram emphasizes structural. It is an interaction diagram emphasizes structural organization of the objects, and sending and receiving messages. It shows set of roles, connectors among the roles and messages received by the instance playing the roles. It shows set of roles and connectors and messages sent by receiving instance playing. Next, state diagrams. State diagram, it shows the state machines and consists of states and transitions, and events and activities. It shows the dynamic view of the system, especially important for modeling the behavior of the interface, class and collaboration. Next, activity diagrams. Activity diagram shows the flow from step by step within the computation. It shows set of actions and sequential branch flow from action to action. Values are produced and consumed by actions. It is a dynamic view of the system. It is important for modeling the functioning of a system. It is a flow of control with the execution of the behavior. Next, common modeling techniques. Modeling the different view of the systems. Modeling different levels of abstraction. Modeling complex views. All these things. First, common modeling technique, modeling the different view of the system. Here, to model a system for different views, for this one we decide which views are needed for best express of architecture of the architecture, and for each of those we decide which artifacts are needed to create and capture the essential details. As part of process planning, decide which of the diagrams want to put under some formal and semi-formal control. Next, allow the room for the diagrams are thrown away for transitionary diagrams. Here for use case view, use case diagrams are there. For design view, class diagrams are there. Structure modeling and interaction view, interaction diagrams are there. Implementation view, composite structure diagrams are there. Deployment view, not required. Finally, for use case view, like two diagrams also we can use, use case and sequence diagrams. For design view we can also different diagrams. class diagram for structural modeling, interaction diagram for behavior modeling, state diagrams for behavior modeling, active diagrams. These all are used for design view also. Next, interaction view, interaction diagram for behavior modeling. Implementation view, you can use class diagrams and composite structure. Deployment for deployment diagrams. These all are used in the distributed system. First one is simple monolithic application on single machine. First one we can use for single machine. First diagrams are used. For distributed systems, all these diagrams are used. Next one, different levels of abstraction modeling. To model the different levels of abstraction, we present in the diagrams of different level. Consider the need of for readers and start the given model. For this one, they need diagrams that are of low level abstraction. They need lot of detail, and also need the diagrams for the high level detail, high level abstraction. Main four categories of the models are there: building blocks and relationships. It is not next adornments, read-only adornments, building blocks and relationship adornments. Next, flow is context of the behavioral diagram. Flow is nothing but transitions. Next, stereotypes. It is classify the things such as attributes and operations. These are called as stereotypes. Next, the different levels of abstractions are use cases, here different levels are use cases and their relation, and collaboration and relation, and components and their design, nodes and their components. Use cases, in the use cases model will trace the collaboration in the design model. Collaboration and relation nothing but collaboration will trace the society of classes work together to carry the collaboration. Components nothing but components is an implementation model, trace the elements of the design model. Nodes in the deployment will trace the components in the implementation model. So here one diagram is there, interaction diagram for high level abstraction. Here we take two order take and order fulfillment, two modules, and for this one submit order for the order take, and place order for the order fulfillment, and acknowledgement order is there. This is the interaction diagram for the high level abstraction. And for low level abstraction interaction diagrams, low level abstraction when four models are there: order take, credit card agent, and order fulfillment, bill agent. Next, submit order and process card, place order, trigger bill, and see the credit failures and variation and acknowledgement. These are all low level. Low level nothing but complete information. High level nothing but basic things. High level. This is an example of low level abstraction. Next, modeling complex views. Here to model the complex views, first convenience yourself. There is no meaningful way to present the information for the high level abstraction. Perhaps adding some parts of the diagrams are there in this one. If the diagram is simple, complex, use the notes and colors and visual cues to draw the reader's attention points we want to make. If a complex is there, we draw the notes and all the visual cues, colors, all these things. And if the diagram is still complex, like different techniques you can use for complex, group the packages, all these things. Next one is class diagrams chapter. In the class diagrams, what are the different terms you can use in the class diagrams? In this chapter we can cover the simple collaborations, modeling collaborations and logical database, and then forward and reverse engineering. Class diagram first. What is class diagram? Class diagram shows the set of classes, interfaces and collaborations and relationships. Class diagram is a special kind of diagram, shares some common properties of other diagrams. Here contents. Class diagram has the following things: classes, interfaces, dependencies, generalization, special association mapping. Class diagrams also contain the packages, subsystems, both of which are grouped elements. Component and deployment diagrams are similar to class diagrams. Next, common uses. When we model the static design view of the system, use case diagrams are the one of the three ways to model the vocabulary of the system. Use case diagram. And modeling the vocabulary of the system, take a decision which abstractions are the part of the system, or to model the simple collaborations, and to model the logical database schema. To model the vocabulary of the system, we can use class diagrams to specify the abstractions and relationship of vocabulary of the system. Next, to model the collaborations. Collaboration is nothing but society of the classes, interfaces and other elements work together, and some cooperative behavior of the bigger than the sum of all elements. For example, here to model the collaboration of the semantics transactions of the distributed system, single class under what going on, semantics followed by set of classes work together. Here class diagram visualize the specify that set of classes and relationships. Next, model the database schema. Here schema is a blueprint for the conceptual design of the database of many domains. A database is object-oriented database. Next, some modeling techniques. Modeling collaborations. To model the collaboration, you can use identify the mechanism you would like to model, and for each mechanism identify the classes, interfaces and other collaborations. Mechanism depends on function or behavior of the parts of the system. Nothing but interaction between the classes, interfaces, all these things. Next, scenario. We use scenario to work through the things, cover the parts to model and missing parts, all these things. Next is be sure to populate these elements using the contents like classes and would balance between the responsibilities. To model the collaborations, we use all these things. Model the simple collaboration example. To take a path agent. Path agent has the responsibilities seeking path and avoid the obstacles. For this one, collision sensor is there for path agent, and driver is there. Driver linked with the steering motor and main motor. and these two are linked with the motor, move, stop, reset, status, all these things. There is a modeling simple collaboration. Next, modeling logical database schema. To model the schema, we can identify the classes of the model and create the class diagram for contain values. It has one set of stereotypes, tagged values, expand the structural details and their classes, specify the attributes, all these things, and watch for the common patterns, consider the behavior. Take example for the modeling schema, modeling logical scheme, database schema. For database schema, we can use school database and department database. In the school database, we can take a school name, address, and phone number, and we take a methods add student, remove student, get student, get all student, add department, and remove department, get department, all the methods. And the department, we can take a name, department name, and add instructor, remove instructor, get all instructor. And here the school database linked with the student module, and it is linked with the course module, it is linked with the instructor module, course module linked with the department module linked with the instructor module. Like this we can model the database schema. Next one is forward engineering and reverse engineering. Forward engineering is nothing but in the process of transforming model into the code, mapping the implementation languages. Forward engineering results to lot of information because models turn the UML are semantically richer than the current object-oriented programming language. So to forward engineer the class diagram, you can identify the rules for the mapping your implementation language. Forward engineering means nothing but process of transforming model into the code. Transforming model into the code. It is called as a forward engineering. Mapping to implementation language. It results in the forward engineering of class diagrams, identify the rules of matching the implementation languages, language of choice. You want the project, identify the language for the project of organization of whole depending upon the semantics of language of the chosen, constrain the UML features and use the tagged values to guide the implementation choices, and use the tools to generate the code. Here forward engineering, we can take one example, client, Java target client, and then event handler we can use Java target. The event handler current event ID handle request method is there, it is linked with the GUI graphical handler. It is nothing but forward engineering example. This process of transforming model into the code. Forward mapping of a implementation of language. Here Java triggering event language can be used for the forward engineering. Event handler and reverse engineering. Next, reverse engineering nothing but process of transforming code to model. First or forward nothing but transforming model to code. Here reverse engineering but transforming code to model. Through the mapping from the specific implementation language, from implementation language to this one, code to model. It results a flow of information from office low level details need to build the useful model. Reverse engineering complete of information. To reverse engineering class diagram can be done by identifying the rules of mapping your implementation language rules identify, and then language of choice, and use the tool to point out the code to reverse engineering. Use the tool to create the class diagram and manually design the information. These things. In this way, structural modeling is completed. Next class we discuss about the advanced structure modeling also there. The advanced structuring, advanced classes, advanced relationships, interfaces, types, roles, object diagrams, all this there. Before the advanced structuring, we discuss basic behavioral diagrams. In the basic behavioral diagrams, what are the different interactions and use cases, use case diagram, interaction diagram, activity diagrams, all these are there. Basic behavioral modeling. Next class we discuss basic behavioral modeling, and it covers the interaction chapter. In the interaction chapter, what are the roles are there, links are there, messages, actions, modeling flow of control. What are the different objects, roles and links, messages, all these are there. Okay, subscribe to my channel.